Hello everyone, we're back again. This time it's going to be Houston versus SanFran, semifinals of the playoffs. I'm here casting today with my color commentator, Pocket.
Hello, I'm Pocket. I'm sure many of you know me. This is I think my first time casting in a few weeks, so I'm really excited to present this very exciting game to you all today.
Exciting it should be. A lot of people think this is going to be the best game of the playoff weekend here, and frankly, they might not be wrong. SanFran has been coming up really strong against a lot of good teams recently, and Houston has been dominant this entire stage.
Yeah,
So, I think that we're good to go right on to our first
yeah.
map of Volskaya.
Are you sure it's live?
It is certainly live. It will
All right,
update.
good.
There it is. So now, it's going to be interesting to see how these two teams deal with each other. Their DPS lines are both kind of famous as far as our league goes, for different reasons.
Yeah,
We have J-Wags, pretty well known as being perhaps the best Widowmaker in this league. Really, some of his closest competition is his own
hmm
partner of Leo.
yeah. You forgot to ban Torbjorn.
I did forget to ban Torbjorn. No one's gonna. No, wait. I did
Yeah,
ban
I'm just gonna
Torbjorn.
say.
I did ban Torbjorn. That's
Oh,
fictitious.
is he banned?
I believe I did.
Whatever. It shouldn't matter.
Yeah, no one's gonna pick Torbjorn. And if they do, then I'll just pause the game until they don't.
Yeah.
Easy.
So
But
something
yeah.
interesting we're gonna see here is the new main support on the side of SanFran. They recently picked up Daleks, or Dill Pickle as you see him in game, from the Los Angeles Battery. But widely acclaimed as one of the most positive players in our league. We're gonna get to see today how he turns up against arguably the best team in the league.
Yeah, and other than that, we're gonna see the DPS duel here as it's going to be distance, perhaps, whether it's for good or bad. The most famous DPS player in our league playing against J-Wags, pretty widely considered the best DPS in our league, at least as far as those hit scan heroes go. Now let's see.
So
It's going to be a
running a
triple tank
very
dive.
yeah, triple tank, but not ghosts. A little bit different. Oh, we're gonna see the Hammond diving in. Not able to get any picks, but looks like the entire team is now diving in. No picks yet, but it looks like but the first pick's on Thrash Dude down on the, Leo takes him out.
Yeah, Thirstpick on
Looks
the
like
Thrash.
he's making a good dive on here, getting the kills, but it looks like Leo is getting a lot of picks, and yeah, Houston looks like they're shutting them down pretty well.
Yeah, Houston was just the backbone of that defense right then and there. Leo managing to find
Yeah.
the first pick, also getting the second, really, just a little bit deeper into that fight. JDam is actually
The
the one.
support line being forced to retreat.
Fort Line is forced to
Um,
retreat, but it's going to be Houston now with not only the ult advantage, so much of what the San Fran's team is playing right now depends on that first dive being so successful, and because it wasn't,
yeah.
we're going to see JDam having a lot of ult charge here. Hopefully being able to armor up his team.
Oh, a dive coming out on the Hammond. Knocks right into the air. Looks like that might be able to take advantage of it. The Thrash is already down. Both supports on the side of Houston, or on Houston. It looks like this is going to be an easy shutdown from Houston, taking out San Francisco easily. Taking out the supports extremely fast.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like at the moment, but you have to keep in mind that this is still entirely possible for someone like Distance to
Yeah,
get
of
an
course.
opening pick and just bring everything wide open. JDam isn't armoring his team up yet, but as soon as he does, things are going to get a lot harder for SanFran, not being able to do as much damage as they'd like. It's going to be, we see JP have this Graviton Surge, also really deadly. Thrash Dude does not have his Transcendence yet, so they won't really have a lot of defenses against
Thrash
that.
gets the opening pick on Mercury, that's big. Looks like they're
Thrash
going to
gets-
try to take this dive.
Gets the opening pick, and now the second. That's both DPS players down for Houston. Mickey trying to bring things back
The
in
grab
line,
coming out,
taking out
but
Covert.
they use the ultimate. They use Transcendence. They also use Earth's Shatter, but it only gets 2. Oh, but Dill Pickle goes down. That might be the end of the fight.
Yeah.
This is a very brawly fight. I think that could go on either side here.
It is very brawly right now, and
Oh,
Distance is
Demon
having...
Dude comes out, trying to get some picks, but looks like the Rhine Shield's gonna block it. Oh, but it gets JP, that's big. Looks like they're gonna start trying to focus it looks like Houston might have lost this one. All stuff is the Reinhardt and the Reaper. Meteor Strike doesn't hit anybody.
Yeah, it's looking like
yeah, it looks like that's it. So Houston's gonna finally fall after almost 3 minutes of defense, and now oh, you get another early pick. Now you're gonna have to see, Houston trying to hold themselves on the second point. Although that, because now they don't have the ult advantage. But you're gonna see a switch on to Tracer by J now GG's whatever. You're gonna see a switch on to Tracer, which could help. Also, you're gonna see a Widowmaker. I don't know if that's been there though.
Yeah, Ebud's with that Widowmaker. Widowmaker is pretty strong in the second point if you can just find the angle before these actual fights begin. But JWags wants to take out the Widow before it even gets down. Fortunately, gets a little bit caught out. Still going for it. Will manage to get the opening pick.
It's getting an early pick, but it looks like they're gonna get rezzed. Oh, the Tracer. Oh, gets the Mercy. That's a huge delay.
Yeah, well done from JWags, being a good nuisance in this back line. Still staying over near the enemy team. He will fall.
Off the map. But I don't know how they're going to be able to go into this fight without a Mercy, though. That's still extremely risky.
Yeah, they'll still have time to bring in that
Poison
respawn.
Mine hits a few of them. That could be helpful.
JDam still
They're
has
gonna start diving
this
onto
rally.
the point without their Mercy.
JDam has this rally. It's going to help keep his team alive and armored up, which they're going to need, especially because the enemy side has the sustain of that Transcendence. Leo looking to kind of harass the enemy Mercy, but he gets spotted out by the Reinhardt. This is still going in Houston's way. They're still absolutely going to be able to hold this. Well done from them. Now Distance, final one to fall.
Yeah, that's going to be a good win for Houston. What you're seeing here is an extremely good defense by Houston. Their DPS is just absolutely obliterating. This Tracer and this Reaper are just destroying the backline of San Francisco, and they don't seem to be able to do anything about it.
Now JWags has swapped onto the Widowmaker. Yeah, JWags has gone on the Widowmaker. Ebud's on this Hanzo.
Ebud's gone to the Hanzo, which is another interesting choice, maybe to counter that Widowmaker. Oh, but the Reaper's on the side, and they have not noticed him yet. Oh, he hops out, not able to get any kills, but a bit of damage out.
Slam comes through.
The Earthshaker comes out, doesn't get anybody. Then the Graviton comes out. Oh, the Meteor Strike comes in and kills JP Equinox. This is still a very brawly fight. Oh, good headshot coming out from Houston here. San Francisco tries to revive, but it doesn't seem to do anything. It just seems to give them more ultimate charge. Very convincing win over here by San Francisco. And they still have the Reaper ult.
Still have the Reaper ult. Looks like JDam, is he walking back to spawn to swap heroes? Looks like he is. A bit of an interesting call considering that he was so close on having that armored up rally. But he's still deciding to do it.
You're seeing a large amount, you're seeing a few more switches from San Francisco. They're going to be switching distance on this May here. Perhaps to try and counter the Reaper or something. But immediately gets picked off by Reaper. In the backline, it looks like they might try to go for a Resurrect. Yeah, they do. So they are going into this fight with 6 players, but still, I mean...
Theoretically, not having the utility of that Resurrect is going to be pretty bad for them. Kobear has the Shatter and managed to find it.
Gets 2 down, and they're going to kill both of them. Getting to 4 kills. I think it's going to be time for San Francisco to start taking the point.
Yeah, they will. Now it's an entire team.
Looks like they're going to be able to take the point here. Now they just have to make sure that the team doesn't get out. Looks like they are going to be getting back on the contest. They already have 2 points. I mean, they already have 2-6. I mean, doesn't look very good. Oh, the Earthshaker comes out, downs Reinhardt, but not much. Oh, the Dragon comes out. Yeah, that's a good win. Good win for San Francisco there, but also a very dominant defense by Houston.
Very good defense from Houston. In a lot of ways, managing to only cut that time down to 1 minute and 20 seconds. Not badly done from them. However, this is still putting them in a pretty awkward position because even if they manage to cap both points, if they don't do it with a little bit of time on the board, they won't even get another attempt when it goes into the overtime rounds.
Coming out here, we're going to need to see a good defense from San Francisco there to try to match what they did, try to match what Houston could do on defense. So they're going to need to see some strange hero picks, but it looks like they're going to be running the Mei again, which seemed to work in their favor pretty well. And with that Blizzard, now they're going to have the ultimate, it'll work really well. You're also seeing a, what looks like they're going to be trying to run a goats or a counter dive in a way. They're running triple support, they're running 2 tanks, and then they're running a Mei, which is sort of uncanny for a defense, but it can work because usually you'll see like 3 tanks or something along those lines. And then on the side of Houston, you're going to see a more traditional composition with 2 tanks, 2 DPS, 2 supports, and they're going to run the Mercy, which means they have that extra resurrect for the attack.
Yeah, we're going to see here, the side of SanFran just has really a lot of sustain, a lot of durability, especially distance being able to self-freeze, incubate himself in that healing. Now it's going to see how Houston decides to deal with this. They have the double Shimada Bros set up here. Should be interesting to see if they can find much of anything with that. As they begin to approach, they get walled off immediately. That should be an early kill onto JDam. Not much you can do about that. It'd be better for Houston to just walk it back, retreat, but instead they're going to give some free ult charge to the opposing side.
No picks for Houston yet.
No picks for Houston.
Relatively shut down.
They are getting shut down.
Oh, but he gets knocked out. It's not necessarily a shutdown, but like you're seeing, well, they're trying to trickling in. This isn't very good for Houston. In a way, they're sort of feeding ult charge, but we'll have to see how they count. So it looks like the Rhine shield is down. Oh, the Earthjack comes up with the Mei wall blocks. That's huge. But Houston doesn't look like they're going to be able to capitalize off it.
Yeah, Houston not going to be able to find much of anything.
That massive mistake.
Massive miscoordination by the looks of it.
Yeah,
JDam is going to be the only Reinhardt in the game who has his Earth Shatter.
Yeah, that could be big. He's actually the only person who has his ultimate. So if he uses that ultimate right, then he can easily win the fight. But you have to also expect is that other people are going to start getting their ults. Like distance, E-buds are pretty close. Looks like Genji's about to get his.
JWAG's coming up on his. Question is, when is he going to decide to pull it out? He sees the 2 supports in the background.
Sort of shut down by the Mei. Oh, the Mei uses her ultimate. Looks like she's going to get 2.
JDam doesn't find anything with his shatter either. Right into the Reinhardt shield.
Oh, the Dragon Blade comes out. It's going to be oh, they get 1.
They get 1. The res comes through as well, so not a bad place to be. The Bank gets pinned. He's pretty weak.
But it doesn't look like there's going to be any counterplay into it. Yeah, looks like this is going to be a 1 fight for Houston.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty equal amounts of defense, like a pretty good showing from San Francisco there. But you're gonna have to see if could Houston snowball this, because that's something that San Francisco failed to do. It took them quite a while to take the 2nd point.
So yeah, they still have 6 minutes basically, and they're coming up on the Graviton Dragon Strike combo. So that should be enough to win this for them. They're going to get walled off by the Mei, though, so JDam should be going down quite quickly. And now it's just going to be Zarya trying to escape with her life.
The rest of his team walling off, and it looks like this Mei is working out very well for them, other than that mistake earlier.
Yeah, Distance is just trying to get a little bit more charge. He knows how deadly this Blizzard can be, especially against the close ground-based composition that Houston is running, but he'll die to JWAGs. Nice shot from him. JWAGs finds a second.
From the Widowmaker. This might be time for them to push.
JWAGs looking for a third, not managing to find it through that Rhine shield, but finally he'll get.
They also use. Oh, this is big. This is big.
JWAGs still kind of on the ground. Machine guns
use the Graviton to try to get them off of them. They're gonna have to try to finish them early. It looks like this might be a fight lost for Houston.
JWAGs finds another. He's trying to keep this alive.
But they are getting a few more picks.
Yeah, but it's too far gone. The spawns have already come in for the side of SanFran. JWAGs, despite his best efforts, will not be successful in carrying his team this time.
Do they really need all those ults? That's the question, because now they're going into another fight, next fight with no ults. They're making plenty of hero switches, which is probably a result of that.
And for some reason,
you're
JWAGs...
going to have at least 1 ult coming out from San Francisco that's going to be easy for them to defend.
Yeah, for some reason, JWAGs decides to pop his ultimate right then and there when no one could really support him and he couldn't find anyone to headshot with it. Bit of a misplay from him there. He's going to wish they had that now. See Ebuds trying to harass the backline. He has this ultimate. He just wants to get in close, but he's going to be dueling Leo and now the Zarya. He manages to find Leo, but the res will come through, so how much does it really matter? Now J-Dam looking to find opportunity, but how much can you find in this winter wonderland that Distance's May has just created? Colbert will go down. That should be the beginning of the end for SanFran's push here, but Distance finds another. This is going to be pretty good for the side of SanFran. Yep, their defense is completely assured.
He's doing very well in the May, getting all the kills that he needs, which his team needs. This might be a handily loss for Houston. You're going to need to see you're going to have to see a very good comeback here from Houston, because it doesn't look like they're going to be able to win this.
Well,
Earthshatter comes out.
There's still 3 minutes down. Waste of an Earthshatter then, so Colbert is going to wish that he still had that going for him. J-Dam has his, so
yeah, this could be
he's
bad
looking
for
to
them.
end this right here and now.
Graviton,
but the slam comes through.
It's down 3 people. And then the Death Watson gets nobody. San Francisco is going to take this back. Oh, but they're getting more picks, actually. You know, this could go to Houston.
Bit of a dive bomb strat from JWAG, getting a lot of damage done.
Getting plenty of picks. Everyone is dead except for Del Pickle, and he is now dead too.
Also trying to take out that soldier.
But it looks like this is going to be a win for Houston.
Well, it's looking like it might be a possibility.
Distance walling himself off from the point, unable to get to the point in time. That's going to be it.
That's going to be Houston securing it with more time than their opponents. Well done from them, and now we go into the overtime rounds. When Houston is playing, nothing is over until it is over. We've seen cracks in their armor, but they want to prove that SanFran will not be the ones who end their win streak.
Still a good defense for both sides, though. You're gonna have to see here a good attack by Houston, or a good attack by San Francisco in the limited amount of time that they have.
Yeah, it is only going to be a minute and a half, so it's looking like they're prepared to run this GOATS comp. The question is if Houston is prepared to receive it. Playing this JWAG's Tracer and Leo on this Reaper, it could really go either way. It all depends on if Leo can find a soft spot in the bodies of the opposing side and connect a good early pick, as well as if JWAGs can get a incredibly useful one clip on the the Thrash dude Zen, which he might be choosing to run now. In either case, a lot of it depends as well on J-Dam just surviving for long enough to open the door for those DPS. Going to be much harder for them now as Distance is choosing to run this far, and they really don't have anything other than Kyrie who can actually counter it, and JWAGs takes a direct damage boosted rocket.
That's a good early pick.
It's a crucial early pick.
They're going to use the May and get the Moira as well. No, okay, they do get the Moira. So it'd be a good attack from San Francisco, already setting up on the point. Not really any competition for them too either. A really good attack, just taking it like that.
Yeah, now J-Dam gets a little bit staggered. He'll still have time to respawn and be with his team as we approach this next fight, which should be basically the final fight on the point B. J-Dam coming up on his ultimate, but he's the only person on his team who is. Luckily for him, basically no one on the opposing side really has theirs at the moment either. They're all just about halfway. So this next fight should be won or lost depending on this slam of J-Dam, and JWAGs falls off the map. J-Dam gets frozen, walled off from the rest of his team, but the bubble saves his life. He still has the shatter, and he's going to be looking for it. He finds
the shatter comes out, gets two.
Huge, and that's going to be Houston taking the advantage in this fight. J-Dam also finding the pin on the Dill Pickle. Not a bad place to be. Thrash Dude is weak. He wants to try and get out with his life. The question is he going to be chased? It's looking like Kyrie was considering it, but now back seeing him with the team. Ebuds is going to spawn in soon enough, and he'll have his Blizzard. Question is, how does SanFran approach this point now? Gobert has the shatter as well.
Oh, looks like they're going to try to go for a side flank to DPS. Distance is going to dash onto the point.
It's booped away, Gobert is. Finds the slam, manages to find two.
of
Not
charge
bad.
J Adam, but the blizzard comes out. This might be good for Houston. Oh, but Leo getting 2 picks, but it gets picked off by Recobert.
Question is, how do these two teams face each other? Mickey gets
You're gonna have
frozen.
to see
That's going to be
Houston trying to stall
devastating.
here.
Kyrie chooses to
This
use
might
his
be-
ultimate, save
might
himself
be
for
a
just a
bad
little
start
bit
for
longer,
Houston.
enough for his team to get back onto the point.
J Adams
Jaden
get back to the point. It is not stopped in time. He is now stalling. Easily picked
Colbert
off,
goes
but
down.
now you're gonna
Huge.
see Somber. The team's gonna get back. Looks like this might be a win for Houston. Oh, the Graviton comes out. That's huge. Doesn't only gets 1, and then the Transcendence comes out. Distance gets 2.
Distance gets 2. So many ultimates being popped. Colbert finding a pin onto Mickey the Fallen. The spawn times are going to get longer and longer as things go down here. So it's going to get harder and harder for Houston to actually hold on to this all the way to the
and
end.
it's shattered. That should be it for Houston. So San Francisco, against all odds, takes both points in 1 minute.
They managed to do it. The question is, will Houston be able to return the favor? We'll see in just a couple seconds if their offense can be as impressive as SanFran's just was. Now looking at this, they're going to be leaning pretty heavily. They recognize that J-Wags' Pharah was so pivotal to Houston winning the first time around that now they're going to be trying to run it yet again. Hopefully get a little bit more mileage out. Other than that, though, we're going to be seeing that the side of SanFran is not really running anything that can specifically counter a Pharah, unless they have a lot of aim and Thrash Dude and distances aim. So I think, looking at this, it should be pretty easy for Houston to at least take the first point, assuming that J-Wags isn't caught and picked off basically immediately.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, we still see Leo, who's been so instrumental this entire time on Reaper, always finding a pick either before the fight or crucial picks in the middle of it. He's going to need to keep that rolling, especially if they want to cap both points in the about 2.5 minutes they're going to have. They see a Fire Strike head their way, manages to find 2. It's going to be some quick early ult charge for Colbert.
Distance trying to get a good pick, but doesn't seem to be able to hit anything.
J-Wags hitting from above. He kind of messes up his jump jet timing, and now he wants to take out E-Bud. So difficult with the smaller amount of splash damage, but he sees the Ana up top and wants to go for the supports
good charge
instead.
coming up from Colbert, gets the first pick. But Dill Pickle is also down. That's going to be big for Houston. Red's coming out. J-Adam is back. Full health, ready to fight. But Thrash Dude, as Ana is behind them, should she be able to do anything? Looks like Houston's going to be able to take this fight.
Yeah, J-Wags running Hellfire this entire time, sometimes being a little bit more successful than others, but ultimately Houston winning out the day on this. They're going to basically have 2 minutes to cap second, and they're going to have a few ultimates going in their favor to do so. If J-Wags having this barrage basically at this stage, he just wants to get the last little bit of chip damage in order to finish that out. J-Wags going a bit low.
So you're going to see Houston here desperate to get that point, maybe a little bit faster than Houston did. If they can get in the next 30 seconds, then they automatically will tie or win. But
Colbert
but Leo gets picked. Oh, the barrage coming out, but doesn't seem to be getting anyone. Leo getting 3!
Leo getting 3, man on a mission. Now he's trying to take on a Brig. A bit difficult for a Reaper to succeed in.
It's just Brigida now.
Just
Could they
Brigida.
take it? Is it possible?
It's
They'd be
looking
cutting
like
it close. Oh no, this is gonna be able to take it with it under 1 minute, but it's gonna be damn close. Earthshatter coming out, getting 2. Oh, both of them are down. Oh, but it's a counter Earthshatter coming out. It doesn't downs a lot of people, but doesn't get any kills. But Leo is back, but immediately charged. Looks like Houston's gonna be able to take this one back though. Hammond coming out, they're gonna need to deal with this Hammond before he causes so much damage. Moira's back. Moira stalling. It looks like that Zarya's gonna be able to get back on point in time. This might be a good stall from Oh! Del Pickle coming back onto the point. Looks like he's gonna try doing some damage from behind. But looks like but distance takes out the fair. That's big. Del Pickle still alive after all this time. They're unable to pick him up. Oh, but they use the Reaper ult. Gets Colbert. That's big. Oh, no, another fair ult coming out. That's the second one this fight. But sadly, it looks like Actually, it looks like Houston's gonna be able to win this one, but it might be in overtime.
Graviton will find
second
two.
Graviton catches the Hammond, and it looks like that will be it. Looks like they were just about to get it, but we go again.
Because one team captured with time remaining, we're going to keep going. And my dogs are going insane. Much like I am, because we're playing more 2CP.
Yep.
Now the first defense here is this time around going to once again be for Houston. They want to try and isolate, figure out what went wrong the first time, and they know its distance is far, so they have J-Wags on Soldier, try and counter it.
Looks like that San Francisco's gonna run a Pharah here, but that might be extremely countered by the Houston's Soldier that looks like they're trying to pull out. Leo staying on his very reliable Reaper worked wonders for them last round. Also you're gonna see distance still on that Doomfist.
Yeah, distance is still on Doomfist, or at least was. Looks like they're still kind of reorienting their strategy in the spawn room. They know what they want a Pharah, they know what they want a Mei. Question is, who's going to do it this time around? Last time distance was on the Pharah, and now they're swapping up roles a fair bit. But all that matters to J-Wags is they somehow manages to confirm the kill before Pharah manages to rain a little bit of hellfire onto their side. J-Wag's going to start spamming in a little bit of gunfire. He sees the Pharah in the distance, and now Distance himself is going to try and aggress a bit. He's a bit weak, has to cryo freeze. Ebuds is now Pharah.
No picks yet from either
Ebuds
side.
is now Reaper.
Their supports are getting somewhat low. Only 30 seconds left.
The two teams are staging here. One tried to go in with a good little freeze, but it just didn't happen.
Any picks.
Both sides losing one. JDam goes in deep, a little bit too deep. He's going to get beaten around for it, but he's about to get the shatter, not before Colbert gets his.
Like this is looking good.
SanFran are going to take point A.
Looks like San Francisco is going to win this and go on to the next point.
SanFran's going to take point A. The question is, what exactly is Houston going to do to respond to this? They have the shatter. That's basically it.
Yep.
Two teams here getting ready for this fight. Thrash Dude has his Moira ultimate as well, so he's going to be quite happy to have that ready to go.
No big picks yet, but it looks like Houston, or it looks like they're going to use the Moira ult. Oh, the Earthshaker comes out down too, but it's not down the Moira, which I think they were trying to go for. Leo behind them trying to get those picks. Nothing yet. Oh, he does get the... Oh, looks like the Jelpicle is going to get the revive off on the Reinhardt, but it doesn't look like that's really going to help. Looks like most of Houston is already settled in. Looks like they're going to win this. Oh, a Diva Nuke coming out. Doesn't look like he'll be able to get anyone. Oh, it gets Leo. That could be big. Oh, the Graviton comes out from Houston, but Jelpicle's still healing his team. A massive like advantage for them. This is a big brawl. Looks like San Francisco is going to use that Moira ultimate. Oh, Leo tries ulting, but doesn't get any kills. Oh, the Earthshatter comes out. Doesn't look like he got anyone, though. Oh, another charge coming from Colbert. Houston's going to be able to take this back. And... Oh, yep. Houston's going to take this back. They're going to go on to the next round. Round 6. And if they can take the first point, that'll be a guaranteed winner tie for them.
Yeah, it'll be a guaranteed tie if they can just so happen to get point A, but they don't want to just tie. They want to go for the victory here. So in order to do that, they'll have to take point A and at least the first tick of point B as well. Question is, how are they going to go about doing it? Last time, just a little bit of time on the clock, they decided to go for it with the Pharah, but they might think that's a little bit too predictable now. We'll see in just a second, but Distance is still staying on this Mei, refusing to change off of it or SanFran basically refusing to change off of the May at basically any point throughout this entire map. You know, it'll be interesting to see why exactly Distance is so adamant on this, especially if he knows that the enemy side is willing to run things like that far, which we see JWags picking in his spawn door right now. We'll see in just a second how JWags approaches this next brawl.
Very static comps going up from both sides. Neither of them are really making large switches to try to benefit their team. They're just going to try to go with what they know. Now, if San Francisco can shut them down once here, that might be enough to win. But depends on how long they can draw out the fight.
Yeah, it should basically be all that they need, but they just don't have the damage to shut down JWags.
Coming out trying to get a quick pick, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get anything.
JWags is going way deep into enemy lines, and he has a lot of ult charge already, but Distance is being a little bit of an icicle in his side right over to the left. Still so close on ultimate as they get the first pick.
Getting distance. But then JP Equinox is down, J Adam is gone, both the tanks are gone. Oh, but Leo's still getting picks for his team. Looks like this is going to be a loss for Houston, though. At least this fight. Now they're going to just try to get out of there so that they can regroup in the next 20 seconds. Playing a stealthy game over here. JWags is trying to get out, but looks like he's going to be able to get out, though.
I mean, the question is how much do they want to get out? Yeah, it's only 5 seconds left.
Looks like Leo's going to be able to get onto the point in time. Actually, all of them are going to be able to get on the point in time. But Distance is shredding through their top. But JWags is good
shredding through everything else.
But 3 kills coming out. 4. Now just 2 people left. The Far Mercy out, trying to save this game for Houston.
Trying to save the game for them, but
looks like this is gonna be a loss.
SanFran taking map 1. Well done.
Yeah, a very good map 1, a very long one.
Yeah, very long one. Thanks to CP.
I thought that was not a dominant performance by any means. That was pretty close. But something that was a bit worrying was how neither of the teams were really making big switches to try and win the game. It looks like San Francisco sort of came out of all the odds, or surpassed all the odds, and were able to win this game. Or they went into this. I believe they were always at a disadvantage. They always just kept winning. 50 kills from JP Equinox. That's pretty good. Both teams did extremely well, but it's like San Francisco was able to come out on top.
Yeah, this time around, at the very least. But going forward, I believe we will be going to the map of Nepal. Should be interesting to see how the two teams deal now that they're finally out of the Volskaya Industries.
I think for the next map you're gonna have to see Houston here. Try not to lose this. Try not to end their undefeated season on such a bad note, or undefeated stage on such a bad note. They're gonna want to work here to try and get that easy win, or they're going to try to get that win and snowball that into the finals. But we'll be seeing on our next map, which what's the next map?
Nepal.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see better flexing on Nepal, especially with a Widowmaker or a DPS. I think if the DPS can do better on the side of Houston, then they'll be able to win.
Yeah, I suppose that we will see here. Let's see. Swap Dill for Kite. Okay. Swap Ben for Kobe. Is Kobe here? Oh, wait, yeah. Oh, for Cobert. Okay.
Interesting that they're subbing out Cobert when it seemed like his Earth Shatters were constantly doing well, although they might be trying to get better coordination. They're trying to go for better coordination with their team.
Well, maybe, but Ben, from what I'm looking at in the Discord, is not incredibly sure of himself going on to this map. It looks like we're basically good to go. Alright, now it's going to be SanFran looking to bring themselves even closer to getting into the grand finals of this first stage. Question is, do they really want to change out Colbert, who's been one of the best main tanks in our league? We're going to be seeing it now. See two teams continue to brawl here in Nepal.
Yep.
Now this map is pretty good. You can basically run just about anything on it. You can run spam DPS and spam onto the point. You can play a very tanky comp and play on the point itself and try and never get pushed off of it. A lot of different ways that you can go. Really good far map as well. Nepal in general is pretty good in that it really plays to that play style of that you can basically do whatever you want. You can spam onto the point, you can stay on the point, either or. It's looking like at the moment we're going to be seeing something kind of similar to that. JWAG's looking at running this Junkrat, not a bad call in distance, and E-Buds trying to play a little bit of the fast and slow game here, being up close and far away with their respective DPS choices.
An interesting choice here. See, Houston not running the Mercy. They might be that might be useful for them, as you've been seeing Kite and or it was Daleks doing pretty well with that with their like reses. Like the reses really helped them out, but they're not. You know, that it looks like Houston is going to be able to win this fight, though.
Yeah, Houston is going to take that pretty quickly.
Yeah, San Francisco definitely pushing back here, trying to regroup quickly so that they can take the point back.
Mm-hmm. Well done from Houston. Not a bad place to be at. Capping the point first. They want to show that them being undefeated is not just any mistake. It is a title that they have earned and that they want to continue to earn at this stage.
San Francisco is going to try pushing forward now.
They're going to be pushing forward onto the spam of this Junkrat as JWags comes closer and closer to his Riptide. Almost taking out some supports in the back line. Now spamming onto the point. He will have his Riptire. His team is basically already winning the fight.
Essentially a great asset. We're seeing it in the DPS is finally stepping up. Like I asked, they are definitely stepping up here, getting those picks they need. And they're gonna hold that. They're gonna hold that point with only one ult used, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is pretty impressive from them. And now going into holding this next fight, they basically have 4 ultimates ready. JWags though, so they're gonna be a man down after he gets walled off by Distance as May. Getting very aggressive now is
being
the same
essential to their team's composition. I think this might be a loss for them, but we're gonna have to see how it goes.
Well, now
GP North also down. This might be time for them to start falling back. But they're gonna try going. Oh, get the foot! 5-man Earth Shatter.
5-man Earth Shatter, pretty good, but will they be able to
like
follow up on it? How about it looks
like this is a very good Earth Shatter from Ben Soccer, but it doesn't look like they're gonna be able to capitalize.
Not quite. Kyrie getting a lot of damage done. Now JDam as well. That's half of the side of SanFran dead. The question is, will they be able to follow up on the other half? And so far they are. Houston, with JDam having 2 health.
A very good Earth Shatter coming out. 5 minute actually. That might have been Houston. That was my mistake. But a very good Earth Shatter, nonetheless. 5 people. That's nothing to play with. Now you're going to see Houston trying to hold this defense. It's not like they don't have any ults. They have 3 and coming up on a 4th ult, whereas San Francisco only has 1 and coming up on a 2nd.
JDams wants to fall behind the enemy team by looks of it.
That's Kite. That's huge.
Doesn't find anything
Shatter
with that
coming
shatter though.
From J Adam, but doesn't get any hits.
Mayfreeze comes
through,
but
they're gonna use Blizzard. Doesn't seem to really hit anyone.
There's no one on point for it to freeze.
Houston's going to try to take this back before too long. Try to get this victory.
It's looking like this first point will be Houston's.
That's going to be a win for them. It's going to go into overtime. The Earthshatter comes out, down JP, but he's only killing JP. He's not actually going for the point. Loses, and then they do not get extra time because of that.
It's unfortunate for the side of SanFran, but at that point, he basically knew there's no way that we're getting to the point, so why not just try and do a little bit of BM damage on JP
Yeah.
while I'm able to. And now we're going to see a triple dive tank strat coming in from SanFran. They've kind of talked about this triple dive in brief intervals before, but really they've always kind of suggested that this is kind of the strat that they've been working on, and that this is kind of the way that they've wanted to play for a while, and now we'll see if that manages to find them anything here on Shrine, or here on Temple. JWAG still has this Junkrat though. Junkrat, very effective against a lot of what the opposing side is running, especially his trap, if placed in the right place, can basically end any of the opposing side, and considering how often the enemy team moves, that shouldn't be too difficult to catch at least one of them at some point. Still nothing put down here, and Houston getting very weak. The only person weaker is Ben Soccer, who at 86 health decides to still run into the enemy team. He's not being punished for it, still only at 50 health, but still surviving. Now it's going to be Distance trying to close things out in favor of his team. They get the kill on the Baby Diva. Distance now trying to harass the Orisa, only managing to do some damage before finally getting taken out.
Is Houston
JWAGs,
gonna take this back?
it's very possible.
They're gonna
JWAGs
get
comes up
back
on this tire, but more importantly finds the kill on the E-Buds. He might choose
Houston
to
might
use
be
his
able
tire.
to get this. Oh, okay, actually, no, it doesn't look like it. Oh, the rip tire
pulling
coming in.
out
It's gonna be
the
able to get me
tire.
picks, though.
Won't find it.
Does not get anyone.
Now Leo has his ultimate, but it's pretty fair to say that this is all well and done for Houston. It's 30% already for SanFran. They just want to back off. JWAG's making a swap onto the Reaper. Not bad from them whatsoever here. See E-Buds trying to run away, and they'll take a good chunk out of his life and gain some ult charge for it, but that's about it. Distance almost gets a kill on the Leo, but the environment just so happens to be in Leo's favor today. The question is, will the healing? He's currently sitting on not a lot of it. It's going to be a big numbers advantage, theoretically. 6-4, now 6-5, now 3-5. Still going in favor of Houston here. They want to aggress on this point pretty soon, though, as now the E-Buds minefield
a
will
lot of
return.
those mines falling off the map are coming unreachable. But they are going to pick off J. Adam. And Mickey.
Leo still has this McCree ult. He's had it for quite a while. Now roll straight into a mine. Distance going to do enough damage here. They want to stagger out the Baby Diva as well, and JP doesn't want to get staggered for too long, so he'll let himself fall. JDam wants to touch this point, but there's only so much that he can do. He'll put down Supercharger, but that's not any healing, and that's what he desperately needs. JWags hits 2, trying to even up the score a bit. Leo has had this ultimate basically the entire round and has not used it once, and that will continue. JP is finally getting back here with his Diva Bomb. The question is, will it be able to find much of anything? He needs it to, but he won't even be able to use it as he gets knocked down into the pit.
Lots of picks with his punch.
Yeah, Distance managing to really be a gigantic
The
part.
Tracer trying to stall things out for Houston, trying to save this point. But we're going to a round 5, or round 3. This will decide it all.
Round 3 decided all. And this time around,
definitely, Houston's gonna come into this wanting to win it, not wanting to have to make that reverse sweep. But it's not really their choice, or they have to do well here. Because I don't know if they're gonna be able to take it back.
yeah, they've depended on their DPS line for so long, Houston has, and really they have a good tank line as well, but against the sort of strategy that SanFran has been running this whole time, really heavily dependent on this Mei in order to fraction people away from the opposing side, and then the really strong Pharah that now exists in the game. It's going to be very difficult for the side of Houston to really get a good handle on the situation, especially because they don't have anything to deal with Distance's Pharah in their current lineup. They don't have the range.
Yeah. The Maywall coming out. Looks like it's going to separate the JP Equinox. That's a good early pick. Houston, a man down, but then they get Ben Soccer. That's another big pick. So now it's 5v5. Oh, they pick off Kite while he's trying to get a res. That's big. They're gonna take the point initially. They're probably not gonna be able to take it back. And it looks like Leo's gonna be able to finish off the job for them.
Yeah, well done from Houston. They don't have anything to deal with the Pharah, but looking at Distance's ult charge, we can see they didn't really do enough damage to even be a problem in the first place. So Houston were basically able to take practically a 6v5 in that situation, considering how non-existent Distance basically was. JWag's coming up on his Riptire. It's going to be pretty important if they want to secure this next fight win. They want to win every single fight that they can. He gets an early pick onto Thrash Dude, and both supports down. This should basically be a one fight for Houston anyway. The only ultimate that they had to spend was the Coalescence.
Yep, that's a very good ult economy from them.
Good ult economy from them, and Distance is still struggling to find anything. It looks like he knows that. He's going to swap onto a different hero.
Uh-huh.
Distance has left the game. Okay.
That's a bit confusing.
Well, that is interesting.
Definitely probably not what they wanted right now. It's gonna have to be a reset on the ult charge, which isn't good for anyone.
Distance is massively lagging. Okay. .800 ping. Jesus Christ.
So I guess we're gonna get a reset because my internet bad.
Can I get a reset? My internet's bad.
My internet bad.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks. But that's kind of how this league goes. And in either case, SanFran's winning regardless. They are struggling on this map, though, so I understand why they're not a fan at the moment. Okay, they say that we're set. Okay. Back in.
He's gonna rejoin, but they don't have the ult charge, so massive disadvantage going into the next fight.
Yeah, it's gonna be unfortunate for them, but it's kind of looking like... Yeah, Distance was going to swap heroes anyway, so he's gonna lose that ult charge in either situation. Now we're looking at about 2-fight territory. Houston wants to try and win this out early. They have the Riptire to do it. They're going to need to.
Early. That's good. Good use of Maywall. And the Riptire does not do anything. Thrash should be able to shut it down with its Coalescence. Blizzard coming out. They're getting picks. Looks like this is going to be a good fight for San Francisco.
Leo tries to salvage it with a pretty untimely ultimate.
Getting shut down instantly. Oh,
Houston.
Jam's going to go in for some reason. That's a lost fight.
It's not a terrible idea.
That's a big mistake on their part.
It's not a terrible idea. It feeds some ult charge, but he also almost gets them up to the 85%. 85% is the point in which it's guaranteed to be last fight territory if you want to go for the victory. So it wasn't a terrible idea, but he just didn't manage to make it there, so it was a bit of a missed call. JWags is now on this far, hoping to find a little bit more success than Distance did.
Yep.
So that's going to be his other DPS partner finding the first pick onto eBud. It's not a bad place to be. Slam comes through from Ben, manages to find about 3. The question is, how much will they be able to capitalize off of that? Apparently not very much, and now JDam is going to be the one who gets the real ultimate here.
Oh, Distance getting 2 picks, it's big.
Distance getting 2 picks, still stuck in a Graviton Surge, and now with the help of his other DPS, he'll find the rest.
Thanks to the great DPS and healing and support of those DPS. Looks like San Francisco is going to be able to pull that one back.
JP does not want to die here. He has so much charge as Zarya, and losing that would be a gigantic blow to their strength, but he manages to just survive. Ebud's still doing a little bit of harassment.